the latest in pop culture and nerd news, an unhealthy obsession with pizza, and more Trek than 12 listeners can handle. Seriously, guys, we could use a few new subscribers, so, tell a friend, please. Keeping Up with the Cardassians.
I've missed that music.
Oh, the sweet sounds of the Cardis.
Yes. Oh, and we got a guest host here who's playing the air guitar.
Not very well.
Yeah. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
And Rob.
And this is your very special guest, Bill.
Bill, our guest host. We're so excited. Bill is here. Oh.
If you've been with the podcast for a while, you may have recognized Bill from the Trek Theology episode we did a while ago.
Yeah. I recognize Bill from previous work.
Yeah, he's worked together.
I worked with Bill. But anyways, welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians.
Worked. I mean, neither of us really worked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But we are your podcast where we cover pop culture, news, TV shows, video games, all that good stuff. More specifically, we like to talk Star Trek. And if you recall, the last episode was our Season 5 finale. We finished off with Season 5. And we're starting Season 6 here soon. We're actually in a Season 6 episode today, but we're taking a time machine forward. We're going ahead like 2 months to review Star Trek Season 6, Episode 15, Tapestry. A Q episode with Jean-Luc Picard.
And why are we going out of order, Nick?
Why are we going out of order? Okay. Well, that's an important point. So, we're doing guest hosts here for a while here. As you know, we killed Joe. He's dead.
Yeah, I saw his body when I came in.
I know.
That's not very smart. You should have got rid of it.
We actually
no one's going to notice.
Yeah, it's actually, like in the medieval times where they would like hang the body and then you'd walk in the town, you see the body hanging. So like everyone knew like to be threatened and like don't mess with them. That's what we did with Joe.
You didn't even hang him. He's just like stuffed in a corner. You didn't even bother to cover him up.
It was a lot of work. He was heavier than I thought.
Have you ever carried dead weight? It is not fun.
It's not. I mean, I can't say anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Joe's our boy though. He's not actually dead. He's going to be, guest hosting here and there. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so anyways, Joe had to take a leave from the show for a while, maybe permanently. But in the meantime, we're going to be doing some guest hosting stuff, and we'll get back into Season 5 here very soon. 6. But in the meantime, we're going to have these guest hosts, and I've been talking with these guest hosts, and I said, what is your favorite Star Trek episode? Whatever your favorite Star Trek episode, that is the episode we are going to review.
And to be fair, if you ask me what my favorite Star Trek episode is, the answer is going to change depending on what day it is.
That's fair.
And so I've had a couple that you guys have recently reviewed, like The Best of Both Worlds. I like both episodes, and I know you guys didn't really care for the second one.
Right. It was a little, it's still good, but it's a drop-off.
Yeah, I can see that, but I love both of those episodes together. And I also liked the episode where Picard, I forgot the one where he spent a whole lifetime in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What one is
that?
Did that. Inner Light. The Inner Light.
Yeah.
I love that one as well.
Gosh, it's such a good episode.
It really
But
is.
you know what? You guys just talked about it.
Yeah.
And then I like all of Season 1. I'm just kidding.
Oh, gosh.
Season 1 sucked.
Too far.
No one likes Season 1. No one likes Season 1.
And I was talking with somebody just the other day, and I was saying how Season 1 and Season 2 of Star Trek, The Next Generation, I don't even watch them. Like if I'm streaming the show, I skip them. There's a handful of good episodes in those seasons. Like the Drumhead was a really good episode.
Drumhead is good. A Measure of a Man.
Measure of a Man was good.
Data Gets Laid. That's a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the second episode.
I know, it's fun though.
Isn't that crazy? The very second episode, they're like, let's take this android, this robot, and have him have sex with a human being. Like that just blows my mind. Anyways, go ahead.
And there was one episode that it wasn't a good episode, but it was an important episode, and that was Data Lore.
Yeah.
That episode sucked, but it introduced Lore, and he becomes somewhat of a reoccurring villain.
And then he becomes Star Trek lore.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, because I'm looking at even our Season 1 and 2 reviews. The highest episode we had was a 7 in Season 2, and that's Season 1. Oh, that's a lie. I gave Haven an 8.
That sounds like you.
Oh my gosh, what was I thinking?
Which one was Haven?
Haven was the one where Wesley falls in the garden.
And they wanted to kill him.
They want to kill him. I gave it an 8, but there's 7s and 8s, and then season 2 is the highest rating.
I would give that a 7 just for the outfits. If not for the outfits, it'll probably be a 3 or 4.
Gosh, those
the outfits of the
man.
aliens.
Yes,
those were banging. Not gonna lie.
Not the dudes.
I don't know
if you're into that. I mean, hey, I'm not judging. I'm just
don't be a judge.
I'm not judging.
Don't be a judge.
Where'd their balls go?
They didn't have any.
Oh wow.
Well, not anymore because they've been smushed in those outfits.
Man, they're just like.
They
wow,
were
that was really graphic. Can you do that again, Ryan?
Yeah, you like that?
No, I
they
didn't.
were eunuchs.
I didn't like that at all. Actually, it made me very uncomfortable. But most things do. Oh, this is something you have to get used to with me too, Bill. By the way, when we're podcasting, you may have if you've ever watched our YouTube videos, I'm on my computer while we work too. Yeah. So usually I'm looking up information. Sometimes I do get distracted. I'm not going to lie.
The ADHD kicks in.
Yeah, it does.
It's just porn.
But no, I was pulling up our ratings. So like when people are talking, when you're talking about ratings, like I'm just pulling them up so we can go through them in real time.
Well, now, Rob, you got to deal with 2 ADHDers. I mean, so at some point, I'm going to be like this.
Yeah, I'm over this conversation. This conversation sucks.
Or you'll say something that will remind me of something that happened 5 years ago, and I'll just drift off like, I should have said, I should have smacked him.
I do that all the time. That's like a habit of mine. I can lay down in bed at night and think of conversations I had 20 years ago and been like, should have said this. Should have said this. And
I can think down and remember. Wait, no, I can't remember.
No, you have concussions.
Yeah. My dad said, do you remember when at like friggin' 1997? Dad, if you ask the question, do I remember? The answer is going to be no.
Do you remember? Do you remember Michael Jackson?
Do you know him and Mariah Carey recorded a duet that the estate of Michael Jackson's refusing to release?
Why?
I don't know.
That sucks.
Dude, that would be fantastic. The concept of it would be amazing.
We need to launch a letter writing campaign.
Apparently, there's a petition.
I would argue that
Send me the link.
I don't think their voices would go good together.
Well, people said that about her and Whitney, and come on. That was the one from Prince of Egypt was banging.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Isn't Mariah coming back? Oh, new album. Is that on your list of things? Oh, gosh.
Yes. Is that the new album?
That's the new album.
Dang, Mariah. I know there's some photoshopping going on, but good for you, Mariah. She's looking good.
Yeah, you've got the physical media. Right.
Well, I'm a physical media guy.
He's a weird guy. Do you still do physical media?
No. I mean, I have a lot that I refuse to get rid of. I mean, and if you speak to my wife, she'll be like, you need to get rid of it, but I won't. But I don't buy physical media anymore. Yeah. I suppose I should.
I go both ways. I'll buy some, like if there's a 4K movie out that like Superman, I'm gonna get that on 4K. Ballerina, I got on 4K because there's just nothing to the quality of that disc.
What about the Nutcracker? You got the Ballerina. You mean John Wick Ballerina?
No, it's Ballerina.
Ballerina, a John Wick story.
Oh, whatever.
That's what they call it, Ballerina, a John Wick story.
That movie is so much fun.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
That's good. I got it upstairs. I want to watch it.
No, so quickly backtracking to the physical media thing, there was an announcement this week. So I'm an Xbox guy. Cue the rage from him. And for years, like I'm a big video game guy. For years, I've been subscribed to their Game Pass model, which has been amazing.
It is a cool thing.
And it used to be, I think it was $10 a month a long time ago, probably like 5 years ago, it was $10 a month. And you would have access to like 500 games. You could play at any time, right? And then they raised the pass to 15. You're like, okay, that makes sense.
Sure.
Then they raised it to 20 like last year. And you're like, okay, we're starting to get kind of like $20 for we're getting there. They just raised it yesterday from $20 to $30.
That's a jump.
What?
So, and now they're going to a 3-tier system. They have one that's $15 where you can access like 20 games. Ugh. One that's $20 where you can access 200 games, and one that's $30 where you can access 500 games. The $30 one is games for your Xbox, but also your PC as well. So I'm like, oh, it's finally gotten to the point where I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
They're pricing you out.
I officially canceled my Game Pass.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I've been a Game Pass guy forever.
That's a huge bummer.
But $30 a month.
Yeah, and I'm not a gamer, not at all. But I'm the type of person where if I was a gamer, I complain about that $30 a month, but they still get my $30 a month.
Yeah.
So there are some ways around it right now. Like, for instance, GameStop and Amazon still have the Game Pass cards from the past that were originally $20 that they're still going to continue selling for $20.
Okay.
So until those cards run out, you can get it for that rate. But the second they're out, then it's up to $30. So people are stockpiling these cards. And it used to be where you could go online. Like, one of the reasons why I was a Game Pass guy is you could find like deals for them, like get 1 year, like let's say 1 year is $120 total. You could find a 1 year pass for $60 online. Like, if you looked right.
So you know what that means. If you love Nick, go out and buy some of those
Game Pass gift cards. Send them.
Reach out to them at the phone number. What's the phone number?
734-494-0980.
And Nick will reach out to you and let you know where to send it.
Gosh, Bill, you got this.
Man, he's got it.
You got this, Bill. I like this.
I like it.
But yeah, so they raised the price. But like, it's almost like an Xbox is a system now where they've raised their price of their system multiple times. And so is Sony.
Yeah,
and yes, a big part of it is the governmental tariffs because the consumer will pay the cost of tariffs, not the businesses.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I thought the business was going to pay it. I thought China was going to pay it.
That's what I heard too. That's what I was told.
The president said that's going to happen. He wouldn't lie to us.
President would never lie.
Never.
President would never lie.
Never.
So, Xbox.
Sorry to go political.
When it was released, we do that. We
but I didn't want to be the first.
Flirt with
we
it.
do nuggets.
Then we stop.
We do nuggets.
Riding County Lefty Lucy. I've heard the podcast.
So we've done.
Man.
So Xbox used to be $400, then they raised it to $500. Now it's $550. Whereas, like in the previous years, like the systems after they've been out for 5 years, they've gone from $400 to $200. They've gone down in price, but they keep raising the price. It's almost like the video game market is dying. Like the traditional video game
think
market
it is
dying because the value isn't there, or there's something going on there. Maybe the cost of games is too high. I don't know. But I'm a video game junkie, so.
Bill, what's your nerd resume? What are you into that would be considered stereotypically nerdy, or like video games, comic books, toys? What is your thing?
My nerd thing is really just fiction. I'm a big fan of both Star Trek and Star Wars, and I can't understand why most people are either one or the other.
Because Star Wars is dumb.
This guy is an idiot like that.
I love Star Wars. However, now people ask the
Star Wars sucks now.
It does suck now. But people ask the question, would you rather live in Star Wars or Star Trek? I'd rather live in Star Trek.
Who wouldn't rather live in Star Trek, right? It's a utopia. Well, technically, it's a utopia.
If you're in the Federation, you're utopia.
Yeah.
I mean, but I certainly wouldn't want to live under the Empire. I mean, no. I mean, it's good. It's a nice place to visit on television, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Not for you. Yeah. For people like me, it'd be pretty solid.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
Yeah.
People who can grow full beards.
Because if you noticed in the Empire in the 70s, and in the prequel trilogy, they all white.
Yeah.
And then now in the newer Star Treks, they're not. Right, but
thanks Disney. Oh wait, that's the wrong context.
And there's only one alien in the Empire, and that's Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah. He's the only one, or Thrawn.
There was
Thrawn.
only one black
by
guy.
Timothy Zahn.
That was Billy D. Williams, and clearly
Lando. Yeah,
clearly Finn is his grandson or something.
Clearly,
because he's the only black guy.
He's the only, in the whole galaxy.
In the whole galaxy.
And not only that, they wouldn't even allow him to live on a planet. They're like, you got to go live in the clouds, bro. We're not letting you live on our
cloud orbiting a gas giant.
Yeah, exactly. You got to go live there. Go live in space. We'll give you your own fiefdom.
I love it.
Because it's his own city, right? Yeah. Lando runs the city.
Yet you guys love Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some problem there, guys.
Yeah, the problem's yours.
Other than it's dumb.
Look, it took how many years for Star Trek to get a black captain?
Actually, if you look at the original series, there was a black captain.
There
were black people
and
in
black
command,
admiral.
But they were one-offs in the episode.
Well, and we had Dr. Mabenga in the original. We had
TNG. We
had Uhura. We have Geordi. Worf, technically, right?
Yeah.
Michael Dorn is black.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. He's black, but Worf isn't black.
Yeah, because he's a Klingon, bro. Yeah. But there are different forms of Klingons, right? Like,
and that totally made sense because when I saw Discovery and they had those weird-looking Klingons. I mean, and it was like, okay, what's going on here? Then I thought about it. I said, well, it's just like Earth. If you said me, you, and an Asian person down there, and somebody from a different planet came,
they'd think we're all different species.
No, we're all the same. So those are just different ethnicities of Klingons.
That's true.
I like your spin.
That's true.
I like the effort you put into that.
That's true. That's true.
It's the only way I could watch it. I mean, really, the only way I could watch Discovery is that in my headcanon was that this took place in a parallel universe, and none of it would affected the original canon. Once I decided that in my head, I enjoyed Discovery.
Did you finish the whole series?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't do it. You know what? I just had a hard time enjoying it because it didn't feel like Trek writing to me.
Yeah.
There was a few episodes in there that felt like Trek writing, but like overall,
Different universe. That's fine.
where they don't write good.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you guys that Captain Burnham was a Mary Sue. I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, you don't have to be good at everything. Let somebody else do their job.
Yeah, like Kirk was not good at. Well, wait, what was Kirk not good at?
Logic, reason.
Oh, that's a good point. Picard was not good with children.
Yeah, hates children. Well, Picard was not the best tactician.
Tactician, that's true. He wasn't. Then you have Cisco, who was not good with not committing genocide.
Yeah.
He really struggled with the whole genocide thing. He liked to commit genocide.
He was not good with his emotions.
He was too emotional.
He always seemed like he was just on the verge of saying, shut the fuck up.
And that was Janeway, though, too, right?
Yes.
Janeway was super emotional. That was her problem. Or actually, she could be cold. That was her problem.
I can't wait to get to Voyager again because I need to watch it again because I don't remember it all that well.
There's a fan theory that Janeway was what's the word, bipolar.
I could buy it because there were some episodes where she was super cold and nasty, and then like the best. I like her as a captain.
I liked her as a captain too, but the writers didn't do her any favors. They did make it seem like she had some kind of mental issue. I mean, and I don't blame the actress because she's an amazing actress. But
Kate Mulgrew.
The writing was just awful. There was one episode that I saw recently where she basically locked herself in her cabin for like a month and wouldn't come out.
That sounds like
Which
fun.
one was that? Which one? I don't remember that episode.
No, I gotta watch Voyager again.
The most recent episodes we've watched here was we did Caretaker 1 and 2, and then Year of Hell. That's all we've watched on this show.
When you guys watched Caretaker 1 and 2, I was suffering from COVID or something, so I laid in bed and tried to watch that, and it basically watched me because I fell asleep. But after I was better, I went back and I watched it.
I didn't think Caretaker was that bad.
No, I thought Caretaker was a great first episode.
I thought Caretaker was probably one of the better episodes of the series.
Yeah.
And it's not that Voyager was bad, but it was the Voyager in my opinion was kind of okay. It was middling.
Yeah.
I mean, it was no Deep Space Nine by any means. It wasn't even Next Generation.
But I think that is the best.
Up top, Bill.
I think that's the best way to describe it. You have TNG, which the first couple seasons are bad, and then it trends upward. And then actually, I think it peaks here in season 6. And then season 7, there's a drop off.
I agree.
DS9 did the same exact thing. It peaked all the way to the end, in my opinion. Enterprise, actually, for as low of a bar as it has, Enterprise did do the same thing. Mm-hmm. It got really good in season 3 and 4. And then Voyager was just kind of like always kind of right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
You'd have a couple really great episodes every season, but you'd have some really bad ones. And then every other episode, you're like, it's solid, but nothing to write home about.
So you mentioned Discovery. Did you watch Picard, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, and all that?
I watched all of them.
All right. So what'd you think of them?
The first 2 seasons of Picard sucked.
Thank you.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Brutal. And the thing that really
making him a robot.
The real thing that really ticked me off is that in the second season, he sees Guinan again in the 21st century, and she doesn't remember ever meeting him.
What the episode we're watching?
The episode you watch right now, she doesn't remember ever meeting him. That's like, why?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd think she'd remember.
You would think, especially since she has that impression feeling that they know things.
She knew that the timeline had been changed.
Yeah.
Right, but in yesterday's Enterprise, or like that one.
Yeah, but she couldn't remember Picard from just 200 years ago, and she lives to be forever.
Yeah, the season 1 and 2 writers for that show weren't capable of writing Star Trek.
It was what's his name? Not Terry Matalas did season 3.
He did season 3. It was
what's his name? Who's
Akiva
not really...
Goldsman or something like that.
Yeah, and the other guy too. There's another guy.
Kurtzman.
Alex Kurtzman. I think he's not good for Star Trek.
Yeah,
they did redeem themselves in season 3. Season 3 was awesome.
Yeah, season 3 was awesome. And they did rely heavily on nostalgia, but they brought the characters back to who they were too.
Well, I think
Picard, they ruined Picard in 1 and 2. He was not the Picard you knew, which was part of supposed to be the journey to an extent, but like they made him too meek and feeble.
Yeah, and I didn't mind that so much because most of us we tend to mellow with
phases,
age. Yeah. And it's like, okay, Picard mellowed with age. I don't think he would have ever been good with his first officer calling him JL though. No, that would not have flown.
God, and we're watching Tapestry and they're all calling him Johnny.
Well, and that drove me crazy.
That's a lot better than JL, though.
But he's a young, cocky kid.
I know, but I don't. It sounded weird, and they obviously didn't want it to say that these are his friends, and they're calling him Johnny, but Johnny just doesn't fly. It's like if someone called you.
It's a lot better than JL.
Yeah, Nikki. I'm sure people called you Nikki, but it's just weird.
Yeah. People at work used to call me Nikki. Matt, that we used to work with, he used to call me Nikki.
I just call him bitch.
Weirdest thing. Yeah, that's true. He does. He calls me. Yeah.
What about Lower Decks?
Lower Decks, it had to grow on me. Although I watched every episode, the first season I thought it was just too silly.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand Mariner because it was like no wonder you're 40 years old and you're still an ensign.
Yeah.
But then it grew on me, and I realized what they were doing with the show, where they were going, and why she acted the way she was acting.
Tawny Newsome has grown on me too.
Yeah, and by the end of the show, it's like, okay, I see what they're doing in the first episode.
Yeah.
I loved it at the end of it.
I really enjoyed Lower Decks. It took me a while to get into it as well because I'm not I don't generally like the cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
B, Star Trek and silly never kind of meshed with me.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of watch, I think, the first season to understand what we're doing, to reprogram my brain.
Yeah, I mean, Star Trek can get silly every once in a while, like
Sure.
Trials and Tribulations.
Absolutely.
That was a silly episode, but you can't do that every week.
No.
Yeah, and for a minute there, Strange New Worlds had that problem. They did too many silly episodes.
This season? Oof.
They did have they were still good. It's just that you only have 14, 15 episodes.
They had 10.
Yeah,
Try again.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you have 10 episodes. So if you lean into the silly too hard, like the holodeck one that they did and some of the you don't have the time for that.
I think the Lower Decks crossover, that worked really well. I thought
oh my gosh, it was so good.
The best episode of last season. The one that didn't work was the musical episode. And stand by, I love musicals.
Okay.
I love musicals. I know you don't care for them.
That's true.
I love musicals. I didn't care for that episode. It's like, I think it kind of worked storyline wise, but they could have kept that episode.
I watched that with my daughter, and the entire time she watched it
She
beforehand,
loved it, right?
And she didn't tell me she watched it beforehand, but she kept on looking at me for my reactions. And then when the Klingons bust out in the K-pop, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That was the best part.
That was funny.
That was my favorite part, actually, the Klingons being that.
Yeah.
That would, especially because how much they hated it, that they couldn't control it.
Now, you guys probably knew this, but did you know that the Klingon captain in that episode was the engineer from the first season?
Yep.
No. The engineer who dies?
Yeah.
Oh, the blind engineer.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was blind in real life.
Yep.
He's blind. Oh, okay. I was so mad when they killed off his character.
Too.
He was such a good character.
I appreciate when they do things like that, though, where they the kind of the gohonos, I guess, for doing that. That's the kill of a main character that's well liked.
I mean, yeah,
that takes a lot.
On the one hand, it shows that there are consequences to what we do, and that life really has stakes. And it bugged me that nobody ever got killed off on Star Trek till Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I really like that dude.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, can we kill off a character we don't like Burnham?
Dude, we're gonna get hate mail now from the
I know.
people that
I'm
listen to the show.
I'm sorry. I ruined it. Well, what
That
other
was him. I loved Discovery. I loved Captain Burnham.
You did not. You just literally said you liked it. It was alternate universe.
Yeah, alternate universe. Once again, once I got that in my head, I said, you know what? I can watch this.
Yeah.
This doesn't impact the main Star Trek.
You
Spock
just
didn't
called
have a
her.
sister.
You just called her a Mary Sue.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I still like the show.
But I've loved Strange New Worlds. I loved this show.
Yes.
But it's like you can do the silly episodes when you're doing 22, 24, 26 a year.
Yeah.
It should be rare. I mean, when you're only doing 10 episodes, you get one silly episode a season.
Yeah.
Or two. I'll take two.
I'm not looking forward to the Muppet episode.
No, not at all.
Hopefully that's somebody's
They
bad
for sure
dream.
are doing the Muppet
Yes.
episode.
The Jim Henson's crew.
If it's a dream sequence, okay, I can get with it. But if they go through a nebula or something that Muppifies everybody, it's like, you know what? I'm done, and I won't be done.
I won't be done.
I won't be done either. It's just an episode you won't watch again.
I'm all talk.
But here's the funny thing: is over time that episodes like that will become romanticized. So like in 40 years, when someone's hosting whatever a podcast may be, they'll look back to this
Keeping
episode
Up with the Nausicaans,
and they'll be like, "Wow, how creative that they would do this! They wouldn't do this today." And then here's us now being like, "Why are they doing this?" I like this.
20 years from now, when you pass the show down to your son and your daughter.
Yeah,
that's true.
There you go. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
That would be rough.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
I know his son's name Eli. I don't know your daughter's name.
Yeah, I usually don't say her name anyway.
Okay,
so it works out well.
That works out good.
Yeah, you do.
So everyone, I slip.
I've said her name on here.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
What's the name of her friend again?
Oh, May. Oh,
May.
hold on. Yeah, May.
May.
We got the shout out last time, and my daughter said that you listened to the show, so I'm going to give you a special shout out right now. We want to thank you for listening. and make sure you tell my daughter, I almost slipped up, that you're listening to our show and how wonderful it is, and that her dad and his hetero-ish life mate are just some of the best people you've ever heard. Mm-hmm. So, and if you want to tell Sydney, you can go 734. I just screwed up. 734-494-0980.
Yeah,
and tell my daughter how wonderful her parents are.
Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
Sid Vicious.
So she doesn't listen to the podcast?
No, God, no.
No. Yeah. What other news do we have that we wanted to talk about?
I haven't watched the latest episode, but Peacemaker season 2.
Okay. Bill's up to date on Peacemaker as well, right, Bill?
Yes.
How would you rate this season compared to last season so far?
It's going to be hard for me to give it like a number.
Yeah.
But I definitely like the first season a lot better than this one.
And I was going to say the same thing.
And it's not that this season is bad. I mean, but it's, the first one, they were establishing everything. And although I think the stakes are higher in this one, I think the first season just was more entertaining. And
see, I don't think the stakes are high. I think that's my problem. Like, there's no real threat.
You're right, because I just thought the stakes in the first season was world-ending. I forgot about that. And so maybe the stakes weren't higher in that first. Edit this part out.
Yeah. Well, no, that's part of it. Yeah.
I know. You told me beforehand.
We don't do that. Yeah. I've enjoyed this season. It is a lot. It's a slow burn. There are some episodes in general where I'm like, I don't really like this episode, right? Mm-hmm. The last couple I've really enjoyed once it's kind of hit the ground running.
I think that's why it's easier to like season 1 is because season 1 really carried you through the season. Mm-hmm. And it like there was a charm, a whimsicalness that just worked. And this one they're trying to tell a story with a purpose.
Yeah.
It went topical. We'll just call it that. Mm-hmm. With purpose.
Yeah.
James Gunn has acknowledged that.
Yeah.
But I think that's why it's so easy to like season 1 more because of the more whimsical and it all fired. It just fired on all cylinders. And now they're actually trying to tell a kind of a, maybe for lack of a better word, deeper story in Peacemaker's world. So it had its moments. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, but as far as you compare the 2 seasons, I think season 1's been better.
The one thing I really like about the show, and especially the reason why I like the first season, is they took who is definitely the least liked character in the Suicide Squad movie. And they redeemed him and showed that he was actually human and showed the reason why he is the way he is. And that, the actions he takes affects him.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
When he killed Rick
Flag Jr. Yeah.
I was going to say Rick Scott. When he killed
Michael Scott.
Rick Flag, you can see in that scene that it was bothering him.
Yeah.
But, I didn't read too much into that. And then we get into the show and we see the reason why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
And say, okay, we've got some character development here.
And he doesn't want to kill anymore, and he's struggling with that.
And he realizes he's a bad person in some ways. He's not a bad person, but he realizes that some of the things he does are bad. But, he gets put in these situations where sometimes he doesn't have a choice.
Right. Exactly. And I thought the last episode was really good in exploring that. And I'm excited for you to watch this last episode. Specifically, like whenever someone says that John Cena isn't a good actor, like I could go to the last 5 minutes of that episode and be like, he was great in the last.
Well, they were
minutes.
saying the one thing I read was that him and whoever plays Hardcore, I can't think of her name right now.
Amelia Hardcore, like Jennifer or something.
They'll never get nominated for an Emmy, but after this episode, someone should think about it type of thing is what I read.
She was good. What is her name? Hardcore.
Mrs. Gunn.
Yeah, Mrs. Gunn.
Yeah, Mrs. Gunn. Jennifer something. Jennifer
Holland.
something. Jennifer Holland.
That's
yes.
right, Jennifer Holland. Okay.
Yes. Jennifer Holland. Which, James Gunn, I got some questions for you because you marry this woman and you're like, let me make a show where she is sleeping with John Cena and she kisses him and she hugs him all the time. And I'm going to direct them and I'm going to watch them do. I want to talk to you, James, about this. Like, is there something there, James?
Maybe he's a little voyeur.
I definitely couldn't be an actor. I couldn't marry an actor because
knowing that they would do that,
I couldn't watch my wife
that'd be tough.
kiss some other dude. And I know some people are cool with it, but if I met somebody and she was already an actor, I wouldn't tell her, okay, you can't do that anymore. She was already acting before I met her. But I don't think I'd marry somebody.
Yeah, I'd be like, let me kiss this guy first. See how good it is.
Man, I keep on plugging this again. Dang it.
Oh, old habits.
I know something. I literally can't help myself. I'm out of control.
I don't get the joke. I just didn't want to be left out of this.
I constantly unplug this.
So there's a streak like a year ago where he would just unplug the thing left and right. And he'd been pretty clean for a while. And then he just did like 6 times
in a row. in a row.
So he's off the wagon.
He's off the wagon.
Anyways, all this is to say, Peacemaker season 1 was like a 9 out of 10 for me. This season's like a 7.
Yeah,
out of 10.
Yeah.
It was definitely better in the first season.
The last couple episodes have been 9s for me. This last one was probably as close to a 10 as you're going to get for Peacemaker for me. Like, I don't think I could ever give Peacemaker 10s out of 10s because it's not that sort of media, but
No.
it's good. Yeah. Any other news?
I've got one thing that we got to do a little shout out for, pour a little liquor out for.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, so we're recording this on Saturday, October 4th.
Yeah.
The original release date for Batman 2 was October 3rd, 2025.
Isn't it 2027 now?
It's 2027 now. So I need to, in memorial, the original release date for the Batman 2. A little silence, guys.
You know, that's not good for air.
I know, but I don't care, but it's important.
I was really trying to force a fart.
Okay. Where are you at on Batman?
You know what? I love Batman. I'm a big Batman fan. Probably not as big as you guys are, man, but Batman is probably one of my favorite superheroes because, he's just a quote unquote regular guy who just happens to be a billionaire.
Sure.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any superpowers, so he has to try to figure everything out. And I think his greatest ability is how he uses his plot armor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't badmouth Batman here.
You're like, oh no, he has to fight a guy on ice. Good thing he has ice skates built into his boots.
Shark repellent.
Oh,
Yeah, shark repellent. Yeah, we're going
66 here.
66, and then Batman and Robin. Ugh, such a bad movie. He needs to get McDonald's. Good thing he has a Batman credit card, and he's going to go through the drive-through.
I'm not gonna lie. If they release that card, I'm getting it.
The Batman card.
Yeah.
Batman Forever card.
Yeah, I'll talk shit about it, but I'll get it too.
Yeah.
I would too. I don't want a Batman card.
Oh, yeah.
You can do that. Like Discover, you can put custom stuff on your cards,
I get that,
but it's not the same.
but I want one with like the edging and I want it all looking all.
And you don't want like a Visa or MasterCard logo on
I
it. Just,
want
just the
sleek.
Batman logo.
I want it sleek. You pull it out of your pocket, it goes on Batman. It has a speaker built into it. That's what I'm talking about.
That would be every time it scans.
Yeah.
Swear to me. Oh, that's still my favorite scene in all the Batman movies.
My daughter's trashing Batman Begins again yesterday.
Of course she is, because she's a dirtbag.
She's a terrible kid.
She's a terrible child.
Yeah. Should have had an
I will
abortion.
not allow any daughter slander here. I don't have any daughters, so I don't know.
See, there you go.
She's sleeping right now. We'll go wake her up after this.
Yeah, I saw that she's home. I was
Yeah,
going to
she
go
had
bug her.
she had a doctor's appointment today or yesterday.
I'm going to have to go say hi to her
Yeah.
after this.
Go
Bug her.
shake her.
I might have you like peek in the room.
Yeah, we gotta make sure it's all clear.
Because then I'll go in her bed and I'll jump on the bed and I'll be like, Sydney. Now we can say her name because you already said her name.
Yeah, I
so you
screwed
ruined
up.
it. All right. Anything else? Or should we start moving on?
Well, I'm listening to this Con podcast.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
It's
Yes. Tell us about Con.
It's a scripted podcast, and the storyline is that this takes place after Captain Kirk has died and everything, but Sulu is still alive. And so this historian convinces the Federation Council to allow her to go back to SETI Alpha 6, or for SETI Alpha 5. This is SETI Alpha 5! Go back to SETI Alpha 5.
Okay.
To collect Marla McGaver's historical notes, because she was a historian.
Okay.
She's the one who was stranded with Khan, banished with Khan, and became his wife and whatnot. And so the whole story of the podcast is that this historian is listening to her journals, but they've done it in such a way where, instead of just her listening to it, they've dramatized it. So there's an actor playing Khan and all these other characters.
Okay, so it's a prequel, but also a sequel all at the same time.
Exactly. Sequel to Space Seed, prequel to The Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
And it's basically, so far, it's about their time
On the planet, on SETI Alpha 5.
And-
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
wasn't
imagine it's going to be anything different than that, but yeah.
Huh.
They've already introduced those, and in the second episode, they've already introduced those little thingamajiggers. I forgot what it's called.
The alien, the worm things
worm
that go in the
things,
ears?
they've already
Oh,
introduced
gosh.
those.
How long are the episodes?
About 40 minutes.
Okay, that's doable.
Yeah. And
Who
I think
is-
right now it's like 3 or 4 episodes, and I've only listened to the first
So
two.
I can almost guarantee you during football season, I will not listen to anything other than football-related material when I'm in my work truck.
Naveen
But
Andrews.
after football season,
Naveen Andrews plays Khan, and he was Saeed on.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Tim Russ is in it.
Yes.
oh nice.
And he's, because Voyager established that he served on Excelsior back during...
Excelsior! Sorry.
calm down. Back in the, although I just did it too, so that's all right.
Yeah.
But back in those days, he surfed on Excelsior. And when I was listening to the first episode, that sounds just like Tim Russ. Who is that? Turns out it was Tim Russ.
Tim Russ, yeah.
Did you know he has a band and they're really good?
Oh my gosh.
I knew he had a band. I didn't know they were really good.
They are really good. We saw them on the Star Trek cruise, and we were just going to pop in for like 5 minutes, and we stayed for like the whole time.
Yeah, this whole time.
They were good. They were really good.
Does he sing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like a tenor. He's got a great voice. And his laugh is hilarious.
Yeah, he's a funny. His laugh is contagious.
Yes, it's a good laugh. It's a good hearty laugh, if you will. All right, so before we move on, there's a couple other quick things before we move in the Trek. A couple other things. First of all, we have a lovely Patreon. We really do. And what's so lovely about it is we gained 2 new Patreons in the span of 12 hours.
I know.
Welcome, Jim. Welcome, Ryan, to our Patronion. Expecto Patronion. Yay!
Yeah. Did you get no applause over there on soundboard?
Filling your ears. This is the latest in
Good old Nick.
There was applause. We actually don't have an applause.
Didn't we have applause on there?
We did at one time, but I think I got rid of it.
Big cracking deal.
There we go. That's a better one.
Record this.
But they're just in time because we released the new silly dumb video we did with Joe's behind our post-pod interview.
Post-pod interview with Joe, which is pretty cool. And then we got one for me coming up and one for Rob coming up. So it'll be a pretty exciting time. And then we'll probably record a Patreon here soon.
Yeah, I think we'll do a quick one today.
Yeah. Rob and I will.
Yeah, or if Bill wants to play, he can
Or
play.
if he can play. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to play?
You want to play with us?
I don't play
Bill
with
come out and play.
Can Bill come out?
You know, as far as viewer feedback, we did have some viewer feedback, but I think the viewer feedback was related to the announcement with Joe leaving. I think it's more personal viewer feedback.
Sure, but let's give him some props. I mean, that was very...
So, Charles, thank you for calling in. Charles left us a very heartfelt message. We got a heartfelt message from Brody. We got one from Annette. So thank you all. We're not going to share those with Joe. He doesn't get to know.
No.
He's dead to us now.
Yeah.
If you want to hear him, he should be here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still logged
you.
into the email.
That would require him to check the things.
That's true.
Joe does not check things.
No.
Joe does not do that. But yes, we were supposed to have lunch with this guy yesterday, and I canceled on him.
Yeah,
so.
you canceled.
I was up until like 4 a.m.
How's mom's?
She's good. My mom. So I get this phone call from my dad, and he's like, "Do you think I should take your mom to the hospital? She's coughing up blood."
Yeah,
Like,
I think so, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We don't know. I said, at the very least, go to urgent care so they can prescribe you an antibiotic for an ear infection, and then you can go to the doc. So they went to urgent care, and she told them right away, she's like, I'm coughing up blood. They're like, yeah, go to the ER. So
Yeah.
went to the ER. It turned out to be nothing serious enough to admit her. They sent her home. There was no clots or anything. So she's home, but she's got to schedule an appointment with a pulmonologist or something like that.
Makes sense. It's heart, right?
No, lungs.
Oh, lungs.
Yeah,
Sorry.
lungs. So blood in the lungs or trachea or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's good, but we were at the hospital pretty late that night. Holy crap. It
Which
was so
one?
late. Trinity.
Oh, over there on
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not fun. Not fun being into the ER.
It sounds like a blast.
Yeah, we waited like 6 hours in the waiting room.
Oh, Lord.
No.
That was the worst part, like waiting. And here she is coughing up blood and like, can I have more tissues? More tissue? Like we asked for multiple tissue boxes because she coughed up so much blood. She
Yeah.
filled them, like,
I like how the emergency rooms wait 6 hours.
mm-hmm.
I can't imagine being in pain and having to wait that long. Well, actually, I did once. The only time I've been to an emergency room, I had a lung infection called pleurisy.
Yep.
Hurts like an MFer.
Mm-hmm.
And, I got into the emergency room maybe around 6, and they didn't see me till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was like, somebody give me some medicine or kill me.
Kill me now.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'm a big baby.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Well, we're men.
I don't handle.
We don't handle pain well.
I don't handle pain well. I don't like pain.
That's
It
what they
hurts
say.
me. That's a Daffy Duck quote.
Yeah. I handle pain well. It hurts me.
They did finally get tired of listening to me complain, and they gave me something for the pain, and that helped a little bit. But
They
turns
gave
out,
me like a placebo. Here's
Yeah.
a sugar pill.
but sitting in that ER from like 6 to 2 until they were able to see me, it was like it should be illegal.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, they're the best they can. I get it. But.
Yeah, they are doing the best they can. The people who run those places are not doing the best they can.
I don't blame the doctors.
It's not the doctors or the nurses.
I blame
it's the healthcare executives
who know nothing about medicine who are making all the decisions.
I'm doing a rewatch of The Pit now. Eli's watching The Pit with us, and that's a big plot of season 1. Is their metrics are low for patient satisfaction, and like the healthcare executive, she comes in and she's like, what are you going to do to raise your number? He's like, how about you hire me more doctors so that they're not waiting 6 hours before they see someone. That's what the problem is. And she's like, nope.
No, the shareholders won't allow that. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You got to deal with what you got. And he's like, this ain't going to work. And so then they try to bring in an outside contractor to manage the staff. But what the outside contractor does is cut the pay of the doctors and then keep everything exactly the same except for cutting the pay. And
yeah.
he says no, but they're like, well, what if it's a yes and we give you a new title with share options, so trying to bribe him with money.
Stockholders in your company. It's never going to end well.
Never ends well. Medicine should be a public right. Oh, sorry.
Agreed. Roddy Tyler.
It should be a right. It shouldn't be that is. And doctors should be paid for what they do. Can we have a cross between the Canadian system and the American system? Like, can we have universal health care, but also if you want...
You want this government to run health care?
Not this government. No, I don't want this government near anything. I don't
want this government running government.
I don't want this government running our podcast.
Actually, I don't want us running our podcast.
I don't want us, but anyways.
We'll hire a contractor to run it for you.
There you go. There you go.
We're hiring producers. That want to work for free.
Anyone?
That want to work for free.
Hey, anyone want to work for free? All right. With all that said, should we move into Star Trek?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're excited because, as we said, this is episode 15 of season 6 of Star Trek. The episode is Tapestry. Right? That's how you pronounce it?
That's how the Brits pronounce it.
That's how who pronounces it?
The Brits.
The Brits?
I don't do pretty good.
That was
British. We used to work with a British lady. Her name was Catherine.
She was great, yes.
And I did my British accent in front of her once. She laughed in my face.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
My wife's...
British, That's my British.
That's Cockney.
Funny, isn't it? What's all this then?
My wife's family's all British, so you get exposed to the British accent a lot when you hang out with them.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Tapestry. So, like we said, we're skipping ahead a little bit. We're going to review this one. I don't know if we go through our season 6. We might skip this.
It depends on our situation.
It depends on where we're at. So, anyways, during a diplomatic mission, Captain Picard is beamed back to the ship. He's beamed back dead. And when he goes in the afterlife, who's waiting there but Q? And Picard's like, man, I'm in hell, right? Like, I get stuck with Q for the rest of eternity. And Q's like, you better deal with it. You're stuck with me forever. And he's like, unless you want a chance to do your whole life over again. And Picard's like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, look, I'll give you a chance. You can redo your life, and I won't change anything else except for your life. All history will stay the same except for you. And he's like, okay, because I would do things differently because I was, stabbed in the chest by Nausicaans when I was 21 years old, and I wouldn't do that again. So he goes back to the time he was 21, and he changes basically everything about himself. He's cautious. He's, he's telling everyone, we have to be careful. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. And his roommate is like, I don't want any part of this. The other roommate is super attracted to it. She's into him because of it. And she's like, maybe we should hook up. And in his original timeline, he didn't hook up with her. He hooks up with her in this timeline. The next day, he thinks it's going to work out well. Nope, doesn't work out well. Nope. She wants nothing to do with him anymore because she's like, I ruined our friendship by sleeping together, so now we can't be friends. Nausicaans come in to start a fight, and Picard's like, no, I'm going to get stabbed if I start this fight. So his friend goes to throw a punch. He throws his friend out of the way, and after that, the friends don't want anything to do with him ever again. They cut him off. They're like, you're dead to me, Picard. And then Picard flashes forward to basically the current time now because he lived through it. He has a real heart now. But instead of being the captain of the Enterprise, he's a lonely lieutenant junior grade science officer.
Which I find hard to believe.
Yeah, and he's answering to Geordi and, and
that's
Mr. Worf and all that. And, his career didn't go anywhere. And he sits down and he talks with Deanna and Riker, and he's like, what can I do to advance? And they're like, frankly, nothing. You suck. And then
They're trying to be nice about it, though.
Once
You're the worst,
Deanna says you suck.
God.
Yeah. Once Deanna says you suck, he's like, I can't handle a timeline in which Deanna says I suck. So he calls back to Q and he's like, I want to go through it again. I want to get stabbed. So, basically the whole moral of the story is, you know what? You learn to appreciate life once you got stabbed. You learn to appreciate to take risks because risks are important. And so he goes back, he gets stabbed, and then he wakes up laughing. The end.
It's a wonderful life, Captain Picard.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question about the friendship thing that got ruined. Was it that the friendship got ruined because they slept together, or is because he was bad in bed?
Oh, that's a really great question.
I mean, like if he was like, she was expecting something, and it would turned out that he was just exactly. Maybe she was just at this point where it's like I can't even look in the face.
I think it was a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to imagine a world though where Picard's not good in bed.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
I can absolutely imagine that.
No,
world.
he's such a controlled person. I bet you when you get in the sack, he's
but when he
freaking
was
crazy.
when he was younger, he was a bit of a womanizer. He had dates with 2 different women.
Yeah.
And I think he probably was. He probably did know what
maybe,
he was doing.
and maybe he got hepatitis and he's like, I gotta slow down.
That's why he lost his hair.
Yeah, maybe,
maybe
I don't know. You know what would have been a cool feature actually if the moment when he realizes he's in that time and he looks in the mirror, if he would have saw his younger self in that mirror. So like we see him as the older self, but like when he looks in the mirror, he's the younger self. Because even Q says like they all see your younger self.
Kind of like Quantum Leap. You
Yeah.
look in the mirror and see what everyone else sees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Star Trek Leap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Quantum Leap. Quick, interesting thing. The actress who plays his friend, J.C. Brandy, she's only 49 years old now.
She was 17 when they did that episode. And Picard,
Was making out with her.
He was the same age I am now, which is 52.
This is her now.
I can't. Oh wow. Okay,
That's her.
That's her, J.C. Brandy. That's her. Well, she's
that picture's 20 years old.
she's only 49.
She was 17.
She was 17. And I couldn't imagine myself now as a 52-year-old man kissing a 17-year-old like that. I mean, even acting is like, ugh, it just feels weird.
Is the age of consent lower in California?
Well, 16 here in Michigan. I don't ask
Oh,
me
is
how
it?
I know that.
Oh, Bill, can we have a different conversation?
We can have a different conversation off the air.
Okay.
Show meeting. No.
Yeah, but she was 17. Like when I looked her up after that, I'm like, she's on 49. And so like that made their like kissing scene even more awkward. Like,
I thought it was super awkward the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
And
well, I never assumed she was 17. I never in a million years.
I would assume she was in her early 20s.
She was supposed to be in her early 20s. She Starfleet graduate. She's probably 21, 22, something like that.
I think that's what they were trying to hint at. 21.
Why did they didn't have to cast a 17-year-old though?
That's it was a producer's niece or something. It had to be.
I don't know, man. I like that gives me the willies a little bit.
Oh.
I mean, they've done that before with.
Oh, it's happened all the time throughout Hollywood's history.
It's just weird, right? Like
I'm shocked though. I mean, I knew she was younger than Patrick Stewart, obviously, but 17.
I know, and she has. I mean, and I know they do the fake kiss thing because that's what they do in Hollywood. But it's still you're still putting your mouth on a 50-year-old man.
And I guess if they were going to do a romantic subplot, no matter what, he was going to kiss somebody a lot younger than him. But I was just like 17. That's just.
You could have cast a 21-year-old.
They could have implied the kiss. They could have like faded away.
It's like bow, chicka, bow, bow.
With Kirk and Uhura, just turn around like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they could have found a way to do it. And so anyways,
wow.
I just wanted to
prude. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to get that out.
No, I don't think that's prude. I think that's concerning a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's
it was weird. I mean, like I say, even when I saw it back in '93, I was like, that's weird.
That was her 4th role ever.
Probably her first kiss.
Yeah, because before that she was in a TV series called Wolf.
You think she had a bald thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
She's like, yeah, sign me up. Let me get some Stewart.
Oh, and she starred in Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
I wouldn't say she starred in it.
Wasn't she part of it? She played Jamie Lloyd.
Actually, I don't remember that movie. I know I've seen it. I don't remember.
I think she was she was in the top billing, not top because there's a Kara Strode and then Jamie Lloyd. So.
And why does Picard have a ginger friend?
That's a great question.
I want to go shallow at first. I want to go really shallow at first.
That's a great question. Oh, she was also in a show called Silk Stockings, if anyone remembers that show.
I remember.
I think I remember
a single episode.
I think I remember the commercials.
Yeah, that's me. I remember the commercials.
Yeah.
I remember it aired on USA, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
I never saw it.
She was in that. I wonder what kind of actress she was.
I wonder what Nick's Googling right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not. But okay, let's get into the episode.
I'd be afraid of your
though.
browser history.
Most of it's from this podcast that it gets really bad.
I'm well aware.
I know. Like that's the rabbit holes it takes us down. All right. So this episode, this is your favorite right now. This is your favorite Trek episode. What makes this your favorite Trek episode?
I like the fact that, Captain Picard, he had this life full of regrets about how wild and undisciplined he was when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But he saw that, every decision he made, whether it was a good one or a bad one, ultimately helped to make him the person he is today. Mm-hmm. And if you go around messing around with stuff, you're going to change everything going forward. And I'm surprised that he didn't, realize this, because he was lecturing Q, I will not change the future. But,
because I don't want anything I do will have unintended consequences.
And
I like Q being like, "Oh, please, you think you're that important?" I love that by Q. That was pretty cool.
I mean, but even though after giving him that speech, he was still surprised when he got back to the future, to his own timeline, that his life was completely different. Like, it shouldn't have surprised you, Jean-Luc.
It shouldn't surprise you,
but
right?
I still like the fact that they talked about the fact that everything that happens to you, whether good or bad, it affects who you are. And it was just very, very, very well written, I thought, and very well acted.
Yeah, I would agree. I think this is one of the better episodes of season 6, if I do recall.
I believe so.
But I think this also speaks to the better production quality now. Like, they've really found their groove as a show, and they've really found their groove with Picard as a character. And it's interesting because you're right. This episode, I think, plays off the idea, like we always say, hindsight is 20/20, right? Like you have the benefit of hindsight. Hindsight actually, I think, is not a good thing, because then we look back and we question things, but like the decision we made then influences the decisions we make now. So in order to, like, those dumb things that we did help us craft our ability to look back and say that dumb thing was a dumb thing, right? Like,
oh yeah.
We learn from our mistakes.
We learn from our mistakes.
Hopefully.
The person I was as 21-year-old Nick and the dumb stuff I would do, I would never do today.
I would.
And I look back and I go, Nick, no. And I wish, like, there's part of me that goes, I wish I could go and change that. But if I change that, do I become who I am now?
Exactly.
Well, that question gets asked out there all the time. Like, what would you change about your past? And I always typically answer them like, I don't think I'd change anything, because I've seen too much Star Trek to know that how it can affect the future.
Yeah.
And this episode comes to mind, but that's literally my response a lot of that time is that, I've done some dumb things. I've done a lot of dumb things. I've made some bad decisions.
Yeah.
But if I don't make those bad decisions, where am I at now?
Unless I had Q come and give me a personal guarantee, hey, your life isn't going to change. It's going to be exactly the same. Or if it changes, it's going to be for the better. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
I would almost like I'd go to Q and be like, can I try it like this?
And if it doesn't work, can we just reset?
If it doesn't work, can you just kill me? Right?
That's what Q was setting up the entire time.
He
wanted to teach Jean-Luc, JL, a lesson.
Which is, like, again, this speaks to how much Q likes him in the first place. Like, yeah, he's messing with him, but he's like, this guy is unhappy for some reason. Let me show him he's actually should be happy with who he is.
Yeah.
Even guys have their favorites.
Yeah.
That was a line from Picard season 2. Q said that to Picard. Even gods have their favorites.
Oh, before he dies?
Man.
Before he quote unquote dies.
Oh, shoot, that was dumb.
I kind of like that ending though.
I did too.
Yeah,
but then he comes back.
Because it's Q.
That's why I say quote unquote.
Right, because then he's like, oh, you linear people with death. Like,
because Jack goes, I thought you were dead. That's my awful British accent again. Yeah. He goes, oh, you humans, when will you stop? Whatever he said. I don't remember what he said. Yeah. He said something.
Yeah. So there's a couple things, though, like thinking back to this fight that he had with the Nausicaans. And I want to approach it from the angle of the friend being like, after Jean-Luc pushes him out of the way and he's like, we're not friends anymore or whatever. Dude, like, would you really be like, we're not friends after something like that? He stopped you from fighting 3 guys that would kick your butt.
It seemed a bit of, maybe initially, of like, dude, what the hell?
Like the way their friendship fell apart was like
instantly.
I could see being pissed.
Over the course of 24 hours.
Yeah. For like a week, it might be like, dude, wow, that guy's such a dick. He embarrassed me and all this other stuff. But when they're fighting, and at the end you see Picard standing there, there's other Starfleet officers in the background.
All just
like,
watching.
Just watching. Like, so the other Starfleet officers not going to help the Starfleet officers.
They're cheering them on. Get him! Ooh, what the? Ooh.
I don't want to get involved.
Well, I don't want to mess with a Nausicaan.
One of the Starfleet officers has their phone recording.
I would have. I'm not messing with a Nausicaan though, man. Those things are massive. They got predator-like mouths. They clearly don't floss.
I dated someone like that once.
Yeah.
Do tell. No,
Just kidding.
I don't know. Like, the falling out of the friendship was a bridge too far for me. Like, I understand the whole point was that because you were so careless and reckless, it actually made it where people were more attracted to you because they saw something in you that they maybe didn't have in themselves. It brought out a different part of them. But like, I don't know, the friend cutting him off, and then the girl, like, after they sleep together, the next, like, she's super into him the whole episode. You can tell.
I'm telling you, it's bad dick.
And they finally hook up, and then she's like, "No, we're done. I can never talk to you ever again." Like, that's a little extreme.
That was bad dick, dude. Bad dick goes bad. It goes bad.
She's gonna badmouth him to all her friends.
Oh man,
yeah.
That's why he's so lame in the future. Is because no one's gonna go near him because she talks so much shit.
Yeah.
Every star base he pulls into, women are gonna point and whisper.
Every starbase he pulls into, he's not pulling into anything else.
Yeah. That's sad. That's really sad. No docking there.
No docking. That's why Dr. Crusher's not around, because he couldn't crush her.
Yeah. I was going to say Dr. Crusher wouldn't have been there.
No.
But she requested the Enterprise because of him.
So here's my thing. Like, so originally when I'm watching the episode, this is where the canon nerd comes out, right? You kind of go, all right. So at the end, Riker's still on the ship. Everybody's still on the ship. So I started nitpicking in my head. But then I remembered, I'm like, oh, Q said he wouldn't change.
He wouldn't change
anything else. Mm-hmm. So you kind of move pieces that they all line up.
They just put in a insert Picard here guy.
Yeah,
right?
and it was because of Q that they met the Borg, so that's not even in play.
Right.
So I had to get past that in my nerd
head.
But
my assumption with that kind of stuff would be whatever the captain's name was, he was the stand-in for Picard during that. Like, they took him.
I don't think Q played with that captain, so they never saw the Borg. So the Borg never was intrigued to come to it.
But in this alternate timeline, I think, like, I mean, none of this matters because it doesn't take place, right? Yeah. But I think he literally just put a stand-in for Picard, and that person lived the exact life Picard would normally live, and then Picard lived his alternate life.
So they were like in archaeology and everything?
Yeah.
And hated kids?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Like, yeah. And then Picard was Picarded. He did his own thing. He did a totally different thing.
You can't say Picarded anymore.
You can say Picarded. Picarded is acceptable.
Yeah.
Picarded is totally fine.
You're going to get canceled.
Never go full Picarded.
I'm going to get canceled. Yeah, I'm going to get canceled. This is a good episode, but you said you struggled with the fact that he was just a lowly science officer.
Yeah,
Why?
and the reason I struggle with that is, now, I was never in the military. But I know from conversations I've had with people who are in the military that, they have this thing where, I forgot what they call it, but if you can't get promoted, they're going to push you out. And maybe Starfleet is different, but I can't imagine that somebody after serving 30-some years in the military would still be
a lieutenant junior grade?
Lieutenant junior grade after all that time. I mean, it seems like if Starfleet had any logic about them, they were like, you know what, we're going to move you out and let somebody else who can actually serve and contribute something, have that spot.
He certainly wouldn't be on the flagship. He'd be on the Cerritos.
Absolutely not. He would be on a
California class,
Deep Space 12 or something.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, because that's what they've said all along about the Enterprise. They only take the best of the best in any position. Like, you're the best ensign, so you come to the Enterprise, so you can become a lieutenant, so you can become a commander, right?
And as weird as Barclay was, he was good at his job. He knew how to do stuff. He just weird.
And they did take him on as a project too, right? Like, they knew he was a project. Same thing with Ensign Rowe.
I don't think they knew. I think they got tricked into it.
Well, yeah, but Ensign Rowe, they took her on knowing she was a project.
She was a mission specialist, so let her stick around for.
Right, but he invited her to stay, right? Like, he saw the good officer in her.
Because she wanted to get Picarded.
Yeah, she did. She wanted out.
Until she hears all the rumors, and then
she's like, no, I don't want to sleep with this science officer.
Then she betrays him.
So, yeah, that conversation that he has with Deanna and Riker, they're like, look, you're punctual, you're on time, you do your work, but you don't take chances. Like, but that's not what you want in an officer, is it? Like, in a weird way? Like, if you tell them to follow orders and then they go and do their own
I think
thing?
that's the kind of thing that, that they wouldn't say in public. It's in,
But they, yeah.
in the real world, on paper, they don't want you taking chances. They want you to follow orders. But
Right.
maybe when the first officer and the captain gets together and it's off the record, they might say, this guy don't take any chances.
Yeah.
Well, also they said he doesn't stand out, and stand out taking chances sometimes can be interchanged.
Well, they mentioned specifically the Stargazer. When the captain died, you stepped in.
Yeah,
He wasn't the first officer on the Stargazer, was he?
I don't
No,
believe so.
I
It was like-
believe probably the first officer died too, and he was like, "Okay, I'm the senior officer.
Well,
I'm going to take
I'm gonna look this up on Memory Alpha and see what I can find
I
about
need to
that.
stop doing that British accent. You guys are going to get letters.
No.
and I'm not going to be here to listen to them.
Nobody listens.
There are 4 lights.
And I'm really sad that Joe is not going to be there to review that episode because
He may be, for all we know.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he is because I was really looking forward to Joe seeing that episode.
So I'm looking forward to him watching the 3rd episode this season, and I'm actually gonna, if he does, I'm gonna make him video record himself.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why after the show. Because,
Okay. And this episode actually takes place a few episodes after There Are 4 Lights.
Yep.
Let's see. Stargazer.
Chain of Command. That was the episode.
Chain of Command 1 and 2. This season has some bangers later. See, this is where we lose Nick.
No, I'm looking up on the Stargazer.
We're talking amongst ourselves.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I'm looking up the Stargazer. So keep talking.
I really like the season finale of this one when Laura comes back.
No, stop! You're getting too far ahead. You got to stick in this episode.
It's a 30-year-old spoiler. Nobody's going to be upset.
Joe would be.
Joe would be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's not here. He's
Joe,
not.
don't listen to this part.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I really like the season finale for this season. I thought it was
You
really good.
may be coming back, man. So let's save it. Save
Okay.
it for the show. There you go.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Come on, I'm not finding.
So Strange New Worlds is just you didn't like while we were stalling for Nick. You just didn't like the silly stuff too.
I don't mind the silly stuff, but I think they went went to it too much. They went to the well far too many times.
And the relationship stuff too much.
And that to a lesser extent, but I didn't care for that either. And I'm glad they're showing that in these days Spock was a little bit more human because he is half human. I think it's funny he doesn't look at all human. His Vulcan features aren't muted at all.
He's less green than they are. They have a greener skin.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
But and I'm glad they're doing that. But we don't need to see that Spock was a man whore and he slept with it was the town bicycle. Everybody got a ride. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, the crew.
Have you seen Lon though?
The crew isn't very
Yes,
professional.
I can see that.
Nurse Chapel. You heard
To pring.
to bring to bring
Yeah.
To swing.
Nurse Chapel does nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean she's cute, but she's like she's straight up and down. She's a board. She's got no bumps.
Yeah, that's a good point. She really isn't. She's pretty. Yeah.
Now
That's
La'an, yeah, she's got some curves.
Uhura.
And that's all I'm gonna say because my wife might watch this at some point.
Uhura, man. I had
Uhura,
no
yes.
idea. I saw her dancing on the dance floor on this.
On the cruise.
Anyways, Picard was a helmsman. He was the helmsman of the
Okay.
ship when he took command. So I think a lot of people were killed, and he was the only one to step up into the command.
You might have been the only one alive on the bridge.
And they did the Picard maneuver.
yeah.
And he started blasting, "Let's get Picarded. Let's get Picarded
In here." Yeah.
Let's get it started.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that's not the original lyrics.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, it's much more inappropriate.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
And even back then, 20 years ago, it's like you can't say that.
You can't. No, we all sang it, not thinking anything of it, though, back then. Kind of, maybe.
You know that song Bailamos where they go Bailamos?
Yeah.
I always thought they were saying by the balls.
By
Oh.
the ball.
Come take you over by,
By
the balls.
That would be.
To this day, I sing that when I sing
I like it.
I like that. That's the
I'm here for it all.
best misheard lyrics. Anything else that really stand out to you in this episode?
One thing for me is I can't hear the line. Is there a John Luck Picard
John
here?
Luck Picard.
Because it was either my mom or my dad. I think it was my mom that thought that was the funniest line that they ever heard, and they'd every once in a while drop it. I think it was my mom.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's
actually.
pretty good.
Jean-Luc Picard.
One thing that stood out to me, and this is it was funny. It makes me laugh every time I see it. Is when he's in bed after he and the
Oh,
girl
yeah.
do it, and
Turns
she
over,
was
accused-
and,
yeah.
and he turns over. He pulls the shirt up. The
Yeah.
blanket up.
Oh, we can't let him
What are
see.
you covering?
You can't see my boobas.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I will say John Delancey is great in this episode. He does a very good job.
Yeah.
Like,
he did a voice cameo in Strange New Worlds this season.
Did he?
I did know that.
It was the episode where they had the Trelane type character.
Yeah, and he was the little cue ball.
Yeah, and
or
his dad who came at the end of the episode and said, "Come on home." That was John.
That was John Delancey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I recognized his voice right away. I said, "That's Q." And I looked at the credits at the end. I was like, "Yep, that was him."
They were trying to imply that they're part of the same race.
Yeah.
Okay. I talked with him briefly on the cruise.
Did you?
Just said hi. But he said hi. That's all.
I don't know if that's talking with him. It's just must have
I'm
saying
like,
hello.
how are you doing? You having a good time? Yeah. All right, good. That was it. So, I really like this episode. I would rate it fairly highly. Are we getting in the rating yet? Anything else? Should I see if there's any notes from this episode? Let me see. Tapestry Memory Alpha.
Originally, Ronald D. Moore was going to write it a different way, where there was more. It was more. It's a Wonderful Life, where you had different scenarios they had to run, or not the one with the Scrooge.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
It was
Christmas Carol.
It was going to be more like that, where he had different points in his life.
It'd be hard to do that in an hour.
Yeah, so they wanted him to streamline it, and that's kind of what it is. Michael Piller wasn't a big fan of the episode, but Ronald D. Moore really liked how it turned out.
Oh, he was supposed to relive a childhood event in France.
They did that in Picard, and that was Picarded.
Something that would have involved Jack Crusher's death. So that would have been interesting. I thought that actually could have been an interesting event to follow up, because then it's like, how does that alter his relationship with Beverly? How would that alter his future command if maybe he saves Jack Crusher?
If you really think about their relationship, that is convoluted.
Super weird relationship. What did you think about the uniforms that are a cross between the Maroons and like a bridge to the current?
A little too red for me, but the Maroons are badass.
I do love the uniforms, like with the turtleneck and everything. Yeah. That's how to do it.
I thought the uniform was cool. I didn't really think much of it. My favorite uniforms was the Deep Space Nine uniform when they changed and get the new uniforms. The I think purplish.
The Nemesis.
Yeah. Yes, I love those uniforms. Those are my favorite. I didn't like them at first, but they grew on me. Now they're my favorite.
I love them.
Oh my gosh, I love this. At one point, Edward Jellicoe was going to be the captain of the Enterprise.
That would have been awesome.
They should have kept that.
They should have did that, because once again, this is just a few episodes after that one. They should have kept that.
They could have kept that, or made it Shelby.
Oh my gosh.
Or they could have had, like, I almost think it would have been cool if Riker was the commander, because it shows how good he was, but like Picard was always in his way. Like, in a good way, right? Like, he never wanted to leave the Enterprise because he was with the best captain there is.
And the best
ship.
So
if he's not there, like, basically Riker had his pick of the fleet, and he would have had the Enterprise. So, like, I could have seen him as the captain.
Yeah.
With Shelby Foote as the
that would have been awesome.
number one.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. Obviously, you have to pay to get these actors and actresses.
But obviously, they didn't want to make Picard. They didn't want to make Riker the captain, because Picard would have seen that. It would have complicated things even more.
Mm-hmm. I also think this is a nice follow-up, because he told this story to Wesley back in the day. Mm-hmm. He told him about being stabbed in the heart.
And I like the fact that they kept the little laugh in there, because he told Wesley, and I laughed, and I don't know why.
And now he knows why he laughed, because it was him replaying that time in his life, and he laughed because he's choosing to be stabbed.
He's probably relieved at that time, and thank God I'm not that guy.
I'm just glad that they were consistent with it, because Star Trek can be wildly inconsistent at times, and when things are supposedly happen, and then they come back and it's like, oh, that never happened.
Well, you mean like in Nemesis, where they showed that Cadet Picard was bald?
Yes, exactly. Or in Star Trek Generations, when they showed Data's emotion chip, and it was like this big.
Yeah, it looked massive.
And before it was like the size of a fingernail.
Yeah.
Or how about in Star Trek Generations, where Kirk has a bat lift over his fireplace? Why would he have a bat lift over his fireplace? He hates the Klingons.
That's the purpose of Star Trek 6, is to show kind of how he's trying to...
Star Trek Generations.
I'm talking about Star Trek 6, though. He hated the Klingons going into 6, and then "You've restored my son's faith" is a quote at the end of that movie.
No, he still wouldn't have a bat lift over his fireplace.
Maybe he took it from a Klingon.
I was just going to say.
Maybe he killed the
Klingon. That was a trophy of war. He killed that Klingon.
Fine!
It's like, okay, this is mine now. I'm keeping this.
Maybe the Klingons, after the events of Star Trek 6, gave it to him, and it was kind of like a thank you for
You've
everything.
Restored our honor as well.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fine.
I'm going with it.
I've never noticed the bat lift over the fireplace. I have to go back and
pay
watch
attention.
that scene. I'm not going to watch that movie again. It was awful.
Movie sucks.
I don't think it was awful.
You're awful.
I mean, I shouldn't say it was awful, but it wasn't good.
I'd fight you a little bit on that.
If I go home and I'm flipping the channels and come across Generations, I'm going to stop and I'm going to watch it.
We could watch Generations now.
No, we can't.
We still have to wait till
I have to go in order, man.
We have to wait till after season 7.
Yep.
Oh, dang it! That's so long from now. It's a year from now. Because I want to watch it to see if I hate it.
Well, I tell you one thing. It's one of the most beautifully shot films of all of them.
Yes, it was.
The score is beautiful.
Yeah. The cinematography is lights out.
I like the fact that they finally show what it would look like if they just turn out the lights and like use sunlight, and they had shadows in there. It was really awesome.
Yes.
And I used to wonder, and it's probably the reason why, but I remember hearing a long time ago that when the Next Generation ended, they destroyed the set and built a whole new bridge set. I'm like, why would they do that? It looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
But that's probably why, so they could have those
Different lighting. Yeah.
But they could have just cut some holes in the set.
And the lighting is
Yeah, exactly.
the lighting is so much better
It
too. It's significant. Like you can see, like the Enterprise D holds up as a film set. I'm kind of sad that they destroyed it at that one.
There is a recreation of it you can go see.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm going to one day.
I'm going to
Road trip.
road trip.
When they used to have the Star Trek experience in Vegas,
Yep.
a friend of mine, her and her husband actually got married on the set there.
The promenade
On the bridge.
on the bridge. Okay,
Yeah, they had
because
one
they
there.
had the bridge.
On the Enterprise D, yeah.
I will tell you if I have a regret of all the stupid things I've done in my life, not going there is on the list up high.
Ditto.
I am so bitter that I never went to that because they had the promenade from DS9 that come on.
I'm surprised that they don't have something somewhere like that now. It blows my mind.
Well, there was a reason they closed it because it just didn't bring the people in.
Well, they were going to
And the budget for that place, because they had aliens walking around, the budget for that place must have been insane.
Well, and they were going to have like a whole starship. Like the hotel was going to look like the Enterprise originally.
Yeah, there's not that many Star Trek fans.
No, not especially not anymore. All right, let's go to rating this episode. All right, Tapestry out of 10. What do you give this episode, Bill?
I would give it a 9, and the only reason
How do you not give an episode you picked as your favorite a 10?
The only reason I don't give it a 10, don't yell at me, damn it. The only reason I don't give it a 10 is because number one, I was really weirded out about that kiss, and
yeah, that does get me.
and also I just thought it was weird that he was still a junior lieutenant 30 years later. I mean that didn't strike me as very realistic, and I guess it's not a reason not to love a show episode. If not for those two things, it would be a 10. And I can get past the kiss because she didn't know he was
So what if
80.
What if he was just a lieutenant
Did you just call yourself 80?
He was 80.
instead of a junior grade? What if he was just lieutenant?
I would still have a problem with that.
See, I think lieutenant would have been fine. There's plenty of lieutenants who are older.
I just think he just neutered himself after that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
after not fighting.
But really, I mean, and that's kind of nitpicky. I know. Don't send them letters or emails or telegrams or whatever you guys do. I mean, I get it.
Actually, please do.
That's
Comment below.
I want a telegram. I want a fax.
Yeah.
Fax us.
If you don't like anything I said, you keep it to yourself. I mean, if you liked me, then yeah, let these guys know. But if you thought I sucked, I don't need to know about that. My fragile ego can't handle it.
That's true.
Occasionally we get those in our comments.
We do get those comments here and there.
Yeah.
We just ignore them most of the time.
Yeah,
Because sometimes people are just negative for the sake of being negative too.
if get any of those, don't share them with me.
Yeah. No, we won't.
The nice ones, yeah, you can feel free to.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Bill,
We'll
guess
send you or we'll take the nice ones and we'll intentionally destroy the nice ones and
Yes.
make it like, this episode was so good with Bill, and you'd be like, this episode was so good if it didn't have Bill.
Bill was the worst part about that episode.
Yeah.
Never bring that guy in there.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. We're gonna change all the comments to
I
that.
think I was more entertaining the first time I was on the show, but then I was drinking.
Yep, alcohol changes things.
Don't worry, we'll do that again too.
Okay.
We're planning on that. All right, so you give it a 9. Nick, I give it a 9 as well. I think it's a solid.
I go with an 8.5.
8.5.
A strong 8.5.
And also, I was
8.5.
explaining to Nick and Rob before the show, my favorite episode is going to change depending on when you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorites is The Best of Both Worlds, and another one is The Inner Light, which you guys have already done.
Just-
So I really didn't want us going back and redoing one you've already
What about
seen.
DS9?
DS9? Oh, God, I love DS9.
What's your
DS9 is my
favorite episode?
Show. My favorite episode was
Don't
probably...
dare say it. No,
I was going to say In the Pale Moonlight.
Okay.
all right, if you said The Visitor, I was going to kick you out of this room.
No, the Visitor, I don't...
Come on!
I don't think The Visitor was as bad as everybody said it was. I mean, people talk about that like it's the worst episode. I thought,
No, the best. They talk about it like the best episode. The Visitor.
but I thought you guys said you hated it.
I didn't
Dude,
like
that's
it.
the best episode of Trek ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
I think that episode was very average. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Christ.
It wasn't good either.
You are invited back here anytime, Bill.
I did like the emotional impact that Tony Todd had when when he saw his dad when he was an old man, and you was like you saw the impact that it had on old Jake that he didn't have his dad. I love the fact that Jake and his dad had a great relationship.
Yeah.
Because it seems like in all of fiction, there's always this thing where the kid and the dad don't get along, and they have to come to the point where they get along.
Especially a lot of times in black characters, they do that.
I mean, it's
right?
like why can't we have more stories where the son and the dad have a great relationship like Jake and Cisco do?
I hate both of you. But that's great. That's one of the reasons I like that show so much and that episode.
And once again, I like the episode. I just didn't like it as much as everyone else does. But, my favorite episode was definitely In the Pale Moonlight. It's a fake!
It's a fake! That's a good one.
That is a great one.
What's the one where he's a sci-fi writer? I really like that one a lot.
That was, I think...
Far Beyond the
Far
Stars.
Beyond the Stars. I know something with the stars.
I really like that one, too.
I also like the episode when the Defiant went back in time and crashed on that planet. And Kira died. And Odo basically changed things. And one thing I don't like, because I remember seeing that episode when I was younger, and I'm sure this isn't a Mandela effect thing. This actually happened. They actually showed Odo go to the thing, some kind of panel, and do something, and they cut it out. And it was a completely useless scene. But when you look at it on rewatches, or if you look at it on streaming,
it makes a difference.
That episode is that scene is cut out, and I don't like that.
Or did you imagine it?
There's like a 25% chance that I imagined it, but I don't think I did.
Because I saw it real time too, and I don't remember anything, so I don't remember that. But again, I'm not reliable for that.
But I thought that was a really good episode, and I think we all do that. Odo was in love with Kira, but it showed just how far the depth of his love for her went.
Right? Yeah, because we had known that before then, right?
Is that the name of the episode, Meridian?
Yes. Yep.
I also liked the episode where they were talking to that captain and they were trying to save her.
Oh,
and turns out she was
already dead.
She was already dead. Such a
the sound of her voice.
That was, when I saw that episode,
that was a good. See, those are good sci-fi episodes, right?
The last time I saw the episode was maybe, I shouldn't say the last time, but about 3 or 4 years ago, I had watched an episode, and it was one of those ones that I hadn't seen since it first aired, so I didn't remember it. So it was like watching a brand new episode of Deep Space Nine.
And you're like, what's going on? How are they going to save her?
At the end, when she was dead, I was like, oh, you bastards. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Those are always good episodes, like reveals like that. That's all I got.
Stuck on Your Visitor. Best episode of Trek ever.
You know what? I will go back and rewatch it and let you know if I still think it's just milling. And I'm pretty sure it is. It's still going to be just an average episode.
I still gave it a good rating. What season was that? 5?
That's 5, I think.
The Visitor.
4 or 5.
But you're not the only person I've heard who thought that episode was terrible. I've heard other people talk about how awful it was.
I gave it a 9.
You gave it a 9
out of 10. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was good.
It's the way you spoke about it.
And Joe gave it an 8.5. I think your issue is Way of the Warrior Part 1 and 2's. I gave a 10, and then I give this one a 9. And Joe gave Way of the Warriors 9.5s and then an 8.5. So, like, we went from thinking those episodes we thought those episodes were better than The Visitor. And that's your problem.
That's because you're an idiot.
And Hard Time came up, and I thought Hard Time was better than The Visitor.
Hard Time's so good, though.
No, was Hard Time the one where they did Interlight to Miles?
O'Brien.
Yeah.
O'Brien. Yeah.
Sticks a phaser to his...
I love those episodes. The O'Brien must suffer.
Killing himself. Poor O'Brien must suffer. Poor O'Brien.
We actually, the last episode we posted of our show was a rewind of our review of Hard Time.
Yeah, we did, because it just kind of lined up with the Inner Light and everything, and it was one of our favorite episodes. You know what would be a good show to go back and review?
What's that?
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, God, I've never heard of it.
Such a good show.
I've never seen it. I've heard about it. I haven't watched it yet. And which is odd, because it seems like it'll be right up my alley.
It would be right up your alley.
I mean, and I've seen episodes, so I mean, it's not like Scrubs, or I've never seen a casino episode.
You would have enjoyed.
I've seen episodes of Battlestar Galactica, and it's like, okay, this is a good show. Why aren't I watching it?
Rob liked Battlestar Galactica.
I've never heard of it, actually.
He liked it a lot. He never gave an episode a 10, but
it's hard to get a 10 from me.
So if I go back and watch it, and I'm going to eventually, I will go back and actually sync up with your episodes.
With our episodes?
All right. You're reviewing them.
Because I think that was one of the only times we went straight through with Battlestar Galactica. We didn't have any breaks or anything.
We think we did a couple of movies.
Oh, did we in the middle time? Yeah.
Like the original series.
Yeah, I don't think you gave a single battle. No, not a single 1 of 10.
It's hard to get a 10 for me.
You gave a lot of 9s.
Yeah. It's hard to get a 10 for me for anything.
Except for Unfinished Business, you gave a 2.
Yeah, it was a piece of crap.
Boxing episode.
I like the part when I'm not Picard. Picard never hit me. I'm not Picard.
I'm not Picard. Gosh, Cisco's the best.
Yes.
Cisco's the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the whole shebang. That's the podcast.
Big fracking deal.
Deal with it.
That's from Battlestar.
That's from Battle. Yeah, that is from Battlestar Galactica. That is Colonel Ty, who is also the worst commander and sometimes the best commander. Commander Ty.
Talk about bipolar.
Well, he's a colonel in that one. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for joining us. This was Nick.
This is Rob.
And this is a very special guest, Bill, and a very special episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah!
On a special episode of Keeping Up with the
Keeping
Kardashians.
Up with the Kardashians. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for keeping up with us. We love y'all.
I'm never going to watch this. I hate my voice.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. Bye.